the kids today are messed up because there's been a lack of discipline and there's a lack of accountability. Political correctness, in my judgment, is a manifestation of a lack of self-esteem. I mean, it's tough to find anybody with any self-esteem anymore.
Sure is.
So if the kids see their parents don't have self-esteem, and the kids see their grandparents with little or no self-esteem, I mean, it's obvious. It's self-confidence. It hasn't been part of their nurturing, and you're not born leaders. You're made leaders through nurturing. So love by itself doesn't get the job done.
That's right.
Tough love and leadership. Kids don't lack. They're not programmed for success. Kids don't lack enthusiasm. What they lack is leadership. And the kids that follow me, rightly or wrongly, I'm the alpha male father they never had.
Yeah.
And of course now there's a lot of single parents, moms without dads, and that's
even worse.
The problem worse.
Yeah, a lot of men are beta males today. They're not alpha males, and a lot of folks are on antidepressant medication. They're taking some type of drugs to deal with life or to feel better. When I was growing up, that was not even heard of.
Correct.
What is a man?
A man is he says what he does and he does what he says. Yeah. Okay. He's not looking for a convenient truth. When your buddy gets in a problem, has a problem, what's not convenient right now, call me back in 2 days.
That's right.
Okay, but today that's what they do.
They do.
Because everybody's concerned that we've got a generation and a half of kids that want to fit in, okay? And you can't raise a kid wanting to fit in.
Yeah.
And my father certainly knew that.
That's right.
And he had served 2 wars, World War II and the Korean War. And so I saw him volunteer for those wars. So I volunteered in '66 when I was 20 years old.
Amazing.
And I thought, well, it must be the right thing to do. Of course, now the world's a different place.
It is.
I'm not looking for their love. I'm looking for their respect and for me to be able to guide them so they're successful. And so I'm not a gushy, huggy, kissy kind of father.
Yeah.
And just as my father wasn't that.
Mine either. I didn't grow up like that.
Yeah.
I think men who do that kind of stuff are women. They're beta males.
Yeah. There's certainly, most of them are beta males now.
Yeah, a beta male. How would you define an alpha male?
An alpha male to me stands up for what he believes in, no matter what the consequences.
Yes.
Now, I'm not talking about robbing banks and stuff like that. Okay.
Right. Doing the right thing.
And saying things that are not politically correct, but being all you can be and showing that to your kids, showing that male role model to your grandchildren, and not just to them, but to whoever listens. My demographics in the last 15 years have gone from 35 to 55. Now my demographics, 70% is 15 to 35, because a lot of kids follow me on YouTube and on the net because I stand for something. And kids can figure out what's bull now. They can. They know. Now, when you and I were growing up, our parents said crap. We just listened, kept our head down.
Sure did.
We certainly weren't going to challenge them.
That's right.
And God forbid, I'm not going to tell them that you're full of crap. But now the kids go online and Dad and Mom are wrong about this. And then they go on a blog, and then they go on this and that, and they have no respect.
Yes.
What's lacking today in youth is respect. But if the adults don't demand respect, they're not going to get it.
Absolutely.
When I went in the Army over 50 years ago, they beat you.
Yeah.
If you didn't learn,
used to be tough.
Yeah, and now, I'm not saying that they're wusses, but they're not as tough. I say, unfortunately, the Romans had their day, the Athenians had their day, and we've had our day.
Yeah.
We're through. You don't need friends. Friends are problems. Friends are for you to share your misery with. And remember, you're not sharing misery anymore. So when you go home and you have a hard day, everything's terrific, honey. Why do you think they don't have more confidence in you? Because they've seen you whine like a Maybe in the movies, you know, when the guy puts his head on his wife's chest, it's crying. Maybe in the movies that works, but in real life, all they do is have disdain for you, disgust that turns to hatred.
Because of your personality, have you lost friends?
Probably. I didn't, you know. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Yeah.
We're the average of the people that raised us the first 7 or 8 years. Self-esteem is built the first 7 or 8 years of life. Who are we around the first 7 or 8 years? A mom, maybe a dad if he's around, an older brother, a grandparent. They don't know how to train high-performance people.
Yeah.
And then we go and we find people that we feel comfortable with it within our comfort zone that are just like us.
Yeah.
We go find another wuss just like us. And so now we've got a generation and a half, arguably 2 generations, that only know wusses. And high-performance people don't have friends. I mean,
that's true, man.
They
Absolutely
don't.
true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. Okay, so I want to ask you this. Let's say a young man wants to become an entrepreneur. Are you born wanting that, or you develop that?
You develop it, and there are some good programs out there. There's so much material. What I tell the kids, a lot of kids want to save the world. Okay, I'm not a save the world kind of guy, but find a service or a product that changes 1 billion lives, i.e. Facebook, and I don't think that's such a great product, but anyway, changes 1 billion lives. And by definition, you can then take the money that you make off of that product and service and save the world. The kids today think that marching around an embassy with a placard, you know, is going to save the world.
Yeah.
That's not going to do anything
That's right.
except put splinters in your hand from the sign.
Do you believe that most men should be entrepreneurs or just workers, or entrepreneurs or just workers who invest?
Well, I mean, it depends on your personality. Being an entrepreneur, you're taking risk.
Yeah.
You're taking emotional risk and not just financial risk. But if you want to be all you can be and you want to stretch the envelope, as they used to say, and get outside your comfort zone, there's nothing like being an entrepreneur. My definition of an entrepreneur is missing payroll. In other words, not being able to pay your payroll.
Yeah,
once.
I've been there.
Yeah, okay, so have I. And see how many employees stay there after you miss a payroll.
That's right. That's absolutely true. So anybody that really wanted to be an entrepreneur can be it if they're willing to tough it through and
Correct.
stay with it and do what they need to do.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
As long as it's moral, ethical, and legal.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
You can't hit it. You can't get a base hit or hit it out of the park unless you swing at the plate.
That's right.
And you got to keep swinging.
How do you feel about workers who have jobs but they invest in real estate and other things? That's fine too.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, accumulate your cash and buy income property. What I don't believe in is for the average person, because they don't know what they're doing, is trading the market and Forex and futures and all that stuff, because most people don't understand it and they wind up losing their money, or commodities.
That's right.
If you're a sophisticated investor, that's one thing, but most of us aren't sophisticated.